Hi, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read you and compare some other versions of The Princess and the Pea. We'll read this one, The Princess and the Packet of Frozen Peas, and we'll show how it's same and not same from the one that we've already read, The Princess and the Pea by Janet Stevens. But before that, I want to show you some illustrations from some of the other versions that I have here at home. So I want you to notice I have this funny headset on. I'm trying to get the sound to be better. I'm hoping this works. You can let me know. So this is from a big book called Fairy Tale Princesses. But what I want you to notice about this one is the illustrations. The person who made the illustrations, Sue Blackwell, made them from what? What did she use? See if you can tell. So here is the illustration for The Princess and the Pea. So I'm figuring out how to do that. Take a look at that to start. I hope you can see these because they're very beautiful. So she starts out telling the story of how the prince went around the world looking for a princess. And then take a look at how the illustrator made this book. She made the illustrations out of pages. She cut them out of pages of books. Hoping that you can see that. So look at that princess on the bed. There we go. I bet you can see it now. Can you see how she's made out of paper? Isn't that fabulous? And then they bring her home, and the queen has her climb up on top of all of those mattresses. And then the story goes on and it tells how this is the pea, of course, and the wedding cake. But look at that wedding cake. Isn't that something? So that's an interesting way to make illustrations. Again, that's from The Fairy Tale Princess, 7 Classic Stories from an Enchanted Forest by Sue Blackwell. Here's one, The Princess and the Pea. Again, this is a story written by Hans Christian Andersen. He's the original writer of the story, and then people have taken that story and illustrated it lots of different ways. Here's one that's written mostly in English, but with some Spanish words. I'll show you some pictures from this one. The Princess and the Pea. La Princess and the Pea. I think they're hauling the mattresses here. There they are. Isn't that fun? Look at the queen and the princess telling her to climb up on top and go to sleep way up there. And she's waking up in the morning and she says, "What is wrong with my bed?" And she goes down and she says, "I didn't sleep at all." There's that queen again. Ooh, she looks fierce, doesn't she? And then they get married. Maybe I'll read you that one too. All right. This one's called Nobody Asked the Pea. That's a funny question, isn't it? So in this one, the pea has his own opinion about what happens. And they list all the different characters in the story and what they thought. The different characters in the book and what they thought of what was happening. So this says queen, and this is the king. This is the prince, of course. So this one's called Nobody Asked the Poor Pea what he wanted to do. All right. Again, The Princess and the Pea. This one's by Lauren Child. I like this one. It's kind of long, but the illustrations are really beautiful. And again, I'll hold it up so you can see. Ooh, the sun is glaring on it. All the princesses who wanted to marry the prince. These are all the different princesses. Maybe I'll read you this one too. So many good stories. Okay. And one last one just so you can have a sense of what we're comparing to. The Princess and the Pea. This one's a little bit more traditional. Here's the queen. This is the end of the story. Okay? So how about we go read one that's not a traditional story. It's called The Princess and the Packet of Frozen Peas by Tony Wilson. The Princess and the Packet of Frozen Peas. Once upon a time there was a prince called Henrik who wanted very much to fall in love and get married. But he was an outdoorsy type, and he hoped that the princess he married would like hockey and camping. The most important thing is to make sure she is a real princess, Prince Hans said. A real princess is very beautiful and very sensitive. When I met my wife, Princess Eva, I made a stack of 20 mattresses and 20 eiderdown quilts, and then I put a single pea under the bottom mattress. If a girl complains about feeling that pea through all those mattresses and eiderdown quilts, she must be a real princess. Did Princess Eva complain? Prince Hendrik asked. You bet. She complained a lot, said Prince Hans. Prince Henrik decided to watch Princess Eva to see what a real princess, according to Prince Hans, was like. He found her at the tennis court, where she was being sensitive about the tennis balls. These tennis balls are too bouncy, she said. He followed her to the driveway and saw her being sensitive about her new sports car. This isn't the car I wanted. I wanted one with drink holders, and I wanted a yellow one. Is she being sensitive or is she complaining? Prince Henrik wondered about whether perhaps Princess Eva was a little too sensitive. What do you think? Prince Henrik decided he didn't want to marry a real princess like Princess Eva. He wanted to marry the exact opposite. She didn't have to be beautiful or sensitive. She just had to like hockey and camping and have a nice smile. And so Princess Henrik came up with a plan. Whenever a girl came to stay, he offered to make up a guest room for her. Instead of 20 mattresses, Henrik found one thin camping mattress. Instead of 20 eiderdown quilts, Henrik found one old sleeping bag. And instead of a single pea, the prince decided to use a whole packet of frozen peas. Many young girls visited, but none passed his test. You won't believe this. I found peas in my bed. I couldn't sleep at all. There was a massive lump under my mattress. What's the deal with the packet of frozen peas, Henrik? Said the girls. Then one morning, Henrik's old friend Pippa came to stay. They had a great day riding horses, playing hockey, and spying on Princess Eva as she complained about everything in the palace. If she's a real princess, Henrik joked, I want to marry the opposite. Henrik and Pippa laughed. For the first time, Prince Henrik noticed what a lovely laugh his friend had. That night, he decided to test her with a packet of frozen peas. Poor Pippa. Wonder what will happen. The following morning, Henrik sat in the corridor outside the guest room. He waited and waited and waited. Finally, Pippa emerged. That means she came out of the room, and she was yawning. How did you sleep? Asked Henrik. Oh, fantastically well, thank you. Pippa handed him a packet of mushy peas. I found this under the mattress last night, she said. It was a perfect ice pack. I had a bit of a sore shin from playing hockey. The prince beamed. It means he smiled really big. Pippa beamed back. She had a lovely gap between her front teeth. Will you marry me? Prince Henrik said. Even better, said Henrik. You'll be an unreal princess. The end. I think they're going camping in that picture. Can you see it? So that's called The Princess in the Packet of Frozen Peas. Okay, if we were going to say what was same and what was not same about these stories, see if you can find somebody in your house who can help you think about it. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. All of us on the screen at once. Here we go. So how were they same? They're not much that's the same, is it? This one had animals. This one had people. This one had a queen in it who wanted the prince to find a real princess. This one didn't. This one wanted a real princess, one that could feel that pea through all those mattresses. This one didn't. I couldn't really find much that was the same, except for the fact that they both wanted the prince in this one and the prince in this one both wanted to find a princess to get married. Okay. The Princess and the Packet of Frozen Peas. Bye, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this story. Remember to thank God out loud every day, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.